What's up, y'all? So today we're going to be talking about factoring trinomials. It's a very important skill. All right, something that will pop up in Algebra 1, probably initially, and then be present in every single class that you take after that in high school. Once you get up there in those high school level science courses, it'll pop up there as well. So, wicked important. Really, really crucial to being able to do some of those more challenging problems. All right, so we are going to look at a couple examples. We're also going to frame it in the sense of using that box method that we did for binomial multiplication. If you forgot that, you can check back to the box and FOIL video I made previously. We're going to use that to help us organize our thoughts and then actually be able to pull out those factors, okay? So in this first example, we're presented with the trinomial x squared plus 8x plus 12. So the key thing is looking at that constant term, all right, that last term that doesn't have a variable with it. Both of our factors, all right, need to contain numbers that multiply to that last number. So that's going to be a key indicator of the sign of our factors. We have positive 12 here, so we're going to need to find two numbers that are both positive, because two positives would multiply to give us a positive 12, or in the case where they both are going to be negative. Okay. Now that decision ultimately, after we frame the signs of the two numbers, the decision between the two is going to be decided here with that middle number because our numbers need to add to that. Okay. So setting up, all right, the box we have, and just like what we did with the multiplication, we're doing the same thing, but just in reverse, all right? We know that x squared is going to go there, all right? We know that this final term is going to go down here, and what we need to do is we need to find, all right, the two numbers that would go in those two boxes so then we can factor out a GCF and get our two factors, okay? So I need two numbers that multiply to 12, but will also add to 8. It'll be good to list out factor pairs of 12, all right, like 3 and 4, -3, -4. We got 2, we got 6, we got -2, -6. They need to add to positive 8. Those two work for me, so then I would have 2x and I would have 6x to then be able to pull out a GCF across each row, all right, and pull out a GCF across each column. So then we end up with our final factored product of x plus 2 and x plus 6. All right, let's look at a different one. All right, now switching up the signs of everything. All right, so for our second example, we'll have x squared, all right, minus 7x plus 10. All right, we still have this positive number here, so it's still going to be either a plus and a plus or a minus and a minus. Looking here and seeing that that's negative, we know that both of our numbers are going to be negative. All right, and just a reminder, I'm just using the box for organization. You 100% can do it in your head if you have the ability to. We got x squared. We put 10 here. I got to think about, all right, two factors of 10 that add up to -7. If I'm thinking about factors of 10, all right, I got 5 times 2, -5 times -2. Oh, that's the one that works for me because those added together would give me -7. So I got -2x, -5x. Pull out our common factors, and it might be a little bit tricky, but we can pull a negative out of that positive 10. Same thing up here. We can pull a negative out of that positive 10 as well, pulling out -2. And our final answer would be x minus 5, x minus 2. Okay, 2 more examples. Won't keep you for too long. All right, and we'll just continue to switch it up. All right, For this third one, we are going to have x squared minus 2x plus 24. All right. Actually, sorry, that's a mistake. Minus 24, excuse me. Okay. So in this case, the difference is now we have a negative. We need both of our numbers to multiply to be negative 24. And if we're thinking back, all right, what kinds of numbers multiply together to give us a negative? All right. We know that we can only have one scenario where one's going to be positive and one's going to be negative. Okay? Doesn't matter if it's your first or second number. Just one has to be positive, one has to be negative. They need to be different signs. Okay? So we need to consider factors of 24 that are different signs to give us that negative 24. Let's go ahead, get organized. We got x squared, we got negative 24. Factor pairs. All right, well, I can have negative 6 and positive 4. All right, we can have 6 and negative 4. We can have 10 and negative 2. We can have negative 10 and positive 2. Make sure you consider all the different pairs and move around that negative so that you can find the correct one that adds up to give you negative 2. So this would be negative 6. X, this will be 4x, and then when we factor out, that's x, and then plus 4, and we have x, and then minus 6 to get our final factored version of the trinomial, x minus 6 times x plus 4. Last example. All right, and if you got some knowledge of this, you could probably predict the structure of the next one. All right, x squared plus 7x minus 30. All right, once again, that constant is negative, so we're going to have plus and a minus. Get organized. Now I need factors that add up to be negative 30. Add up to negative 30. Well, I'll have, let's say, negative 2 and 15. That doesn't work. That gives me 13. We got 2 and negative 15. That's just going to give me negative 13. What about 3 and negative 10? That's negative 7, but we're getting closer. Switch the negatives on those. That gives us positive 7. Good work. So then we can have minus 3x up there, 10x right there. Factor out the GCFs, x, negative 3, x, positive 10, and then we have x minus 3 and x plus 10. All right, so there's some practice after this, as usual when we're watching these videos on Edpuzzle. Good luck on those, and I will see you next time. Peace out.